So good morning, good morning. Today is Monday, and this is day 10. On Wednesday and on Friday, I'll be in Portland, and I will get up and I will teach. I will be on Kathleen's time zone, and but it will be bed yoga, and so because of the configuration, it means that most of it will be on the back, on the seat kind of warm up. Okay, just so that we know, but it will come with us. It will come along. So I've been reading Rick Rubin's new book, The Art of the Creative Act, and it's so spot on in terms of just the generosity of the heart and the necessity of our awareness, our role in how generative we are in our lives. And it's like the Signora Pavaccini, boys, I need to make pasta. And everything comes out of that. That's just the best creation story. And so this morning we are in All We Can Save again. And this is called Ode to Dirt. Because as I was reading the Rick Rubin, and I was thinking of what he was describing in our response to all that surrounds us. That generative force is exactly the generative force of living. The fact that the earth is just this huge organism, and so much of it is because of that tiny little layer of dirt. And we know more and more about it, and the mycelial layer that carries information from one tree and then to another tree at the other side of the forest, that we have this web of relationship, interspecies, that we rely on. And when our soil dies, the quality of our food diminishes, which means the quality of our health diminishes. The quality of our fertility is dropping because the quality of our soil is dropping. There's just this incredible connection, which of course there always has been, but we needed to prove somehow. So an ode to dirt as the generative force that makes us who we are, and that is also what we are. Dear dirt, I am sorry I slighted you. I thought that you were only the background for the leading characters, the plants and animals and human animals. It's as if I had loved only the stars, but not the sky which gave them space in which to shine. Subtle, various, sensitive, you are the skin of our terrain. You are our democracy. When I understood I had never honored you as a living equal, I was ashamed of myself. As if I had not recognized a character who looked so different from me, but now I can see us all made of the same basic materials, cousins of that first exploding from nothing, in our intricate equation to become everything. Dirt, oh dirt, help us find ways to serve your life, you who have brought us forth and fed us, and who at the end will take us in and rotate with us and wobble and orbit. Ode to Dirt, Sharon Olds. So good. That I and you and we hold the magnificence, the impetus of soil, of dirt. And then we look at ourselves and we honor it, and we have an ode to ourselves, to that incredible ability to grow and die off and rebirth and compost our ideas and our past and change and evolve. It's the same force all the time, and it's generative right from here. Good morning, good morning, good morning. We begin. Let's start seated, and we will rub our palms and tune in. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. I bow to all that there is. Gurudev Namo. I bow to all the ways in which I am learning, in which I am being guided and taught, drawn forward to understand, to participate. I have no microphone. Hold on. Okay. Can you hear me when I'm back? Go this or no? Yes? Carrie Ann? Awesome. Then that's how we're going to run. It's really that kind of day. Oh, my good fellow broke his collarbone. So here we go. Inhale deeply. Roll your wrists, roll your shoulders. We'll come to hands and knees, standing afterwards. Cat-cow to start. Gosh, so lit. Tuck your chin, drop your head, rounding your butt. Wagging the tail, shift your weight side to side. And then dropping the navel, lifting the heart, lifting the gaze. There's your breath in. And continue right from there. Just open and close. Let your toes be tucked deeply under so that you can begin to open the soles of your feet. And that's where we'll go. Opening the feet is a way of accessing the hips and the pelvis, just like opening your hands is a way of accessing the heart. Go 3, 2, toes tucked deeply under, lift your knees and walk your hands back and back. Tuck your chin as you can. Walk your hands back forward and arch. So if your hands are just slightly back, you'll be able to arch, and then as you shift your weight back, you can round. So knees drop, heart forward. So it's a little cat-cow, but you're rounding. And each time you're taking your hands a little bit back, and you're bringing your hands further and further back until maybe your hands are between your knees, and you're opening and closing your feet, deepening into the hips and the knees, deepening the creases. 3. So you're opening the feet, and you're opening the hands, and you're opening the wrists. 2. And when you're short on time, it's a really, really great way of just sort of pressing into all the major joints. 1 more. Good. Put your knees down, walk your hands back out, keep your toes tucked under, and then looking forward, little pulses back. And those little pulses, they might even be very high, which is fine. Find your edge. And you're just like you're tapping on the door of your edge. And then tuck your chin, reach your fingertips out a little further. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hands, knees tucked, toes down, dog, walking dog. And then lift your right foot so slightly and roll your ankle. And then circle your knee. And then draw your right knee high and roll it open. Straightening out your right leg and then bending it deeply. Straightening it out and straightening your arms and then bending elbows, bending knees and pressing out. Good. Knee to the chest, knee out to the side, knee up behind and straight leg. Knee to the chest, knee out to the side, knee up behind, and then right foot down. Knees down, tuck your toes. Little pulse, little pulse, little pulse. Hips to the right, feeling the right side line. Right hand, right hip, right heel. And then center. Rise up, tuck your toes, lift your hips, press out through the hands. Walk your dog, wag your tail. Plant your right foot and roll your left ankle. And then draw the left knee in a circle. And then the left knee coming out and up behind you. Straightening out the left leg, left arm. Bend both knees, bend both elbows, press them out. Good. And then left knee comes to your chest, and then left knee goes wide left, and then up behind and straightening. And two more to the chest, to the side, up and out. One more, knee to the chest, to the side, up and out. And setting down, and child's pose, and this time flattening your feet. And hips settle to the left. So we're just folding, unfolding through the hips, through the chest, coming all the way up. Tuck your toes, lift your hips. Wag the tail, there's a little more space. Walk your feet to your hands. Reach your hands forward as you reach your seat down. Drop your seat to lift your hands. Interlace your fingers and go straight up. And from there, make a circle. So the hips circle opposite to the hands. Continuing to open through the hips, and then the hips are opening the shoulders, and the shoulders are opening the hands, and the heart. Go one more. And then reversing out the other side. Through the spine, through the navel, through the chest for 3. For 2. Good. And then just sweeping down and up 3 times. Up through the chest. Tuck your chin, bend to the knees, reach it up. And go one more. Good. Bring your right fingertips to your right shoulder and find that big back circle. 3. And then you're going to watch your elbow. And your eyes, your chin, your throat are tracking that elbow. And you're getting the crown of your head is moving. And then the left side. Start with just the shoulder. Coming into this full range of motion, and now your gaze tracks the elbow. And it goes into the sides of your jaw, the right side of your neck. As far a circle as your left chin can go. One more time. Up and around. Awesome. So your palms come together behind you. They're pointing back. And your elbows are back as they can. And for some of us, it might be here. And if it's here, you're just going to interlace your fingers and press up. And then bring it back down to prayer. So this is a modification. Or this is a modification. Palms to touch. Bring it up. Or palms down the back. Press it up. So that the elbows can wrap in and the hands can go high. So wherever you are, go 5. All the modifications are useful. 3. And 2. Yes. One more. Lift it up. Sweep wide. Bend your knees down. Left foot comes back. Find your lunge. A little forward, a little back. And then slowing it. Front knee forward. Back heel back. Staying the heart forward. The gaze forward, the arms long. And the left knee down to the floor. Right hand to your thigh, sweep up. And drop your left hand and a little bit back and forth with the hips. 3. 2. Good, one more. Right hand joins, interlace your fingers. Put your palms together down your back. Reach up, look up. And set down. Down dog. Good. High plank to the floor. Peel open. Little wag of the tail. Loosening the tail, loosening the shoulders, elbows stay bent, heart is high and forward. And down dog.
Making space in the chest, in the belly, in the legs. The left foot will step up. And you lunge.
A little forward, a little back. A little forward, a little back. And you're playing with the lift and lowering of your hips. And you tack your left knee forward and your right heel back. And you pause. Just in a lunge. That's it. And then knee down. Left hand to left side. Right hand comes up. Good. And you sweep a little forward, a little back. Keeping your back toes strong into the floor. Good. And then the left hand joins and the hands interlace. Palms together, down the back, elbows in. Last time, reach up, look up. And then set it down.
Step up.
Hands wide. Sit down, thumbs up, heart up, hands up. Palms together and down the back, tuck the chin. Hands up, reach up. And let go wide to fold.
Right foot steps back. Right knee down, hands high.
And down. Down dog.
High plank. To the floor. Peel open.
To roll down. Do it again. Peel open. And child's pose this time. Folding back, knees wide. Side to side in your child. Side to side in the child. And then rising up. Tucking the toes down, dog.
Right foot will step up.
Left knee will come down, hands up high. Palms together, down the back, elbows in. And let go. To fold.
Stepping up.
Hands wide, sit down, thumbs up, heart up. Good, palms to the chest. With your hands straight out, your feet hip distance. Right hand goes back and you revolve. And then comes back over the top to the front. Left hand goes back and revolve. Up and over to the front. So right, inhale. Exhale to the center. Left. Exhale, center. Inhale, turn. Opening the chest, the back, the reach of your arms, the spread of your palms for 3. And 2. And 1. Good. Reach all the way up. We're going to sit it right down. So sit back, sit back, sit back, sit back, sit back, sit back, sit down. We're going to roll. I'm turning to my right side. My right forearm is down. We'll just work into the abdominal space with all this length. So reach your left heel. As my top heel is going to press back. And my top arm is going to reach forward. I'm in reaching at a diagonal. And then elbow passes hip. Inhale, reach, and exhale. So now I'm turning my chin down toward the floor. And then I'm turning my chin to my opposite shoulder. Shoulder to shoulder. The turn of my chin is rinsing my spine. My left foot is flexed. I'm pressing into the heel. Rinsing and returning. Opening and closing. 3, 2, Good. Now you can turn to the opposite hip by rolling over, or you can just swing your feet to the other side. So my left forearm's to the floor now. Pull out my right heel, reach my right hand, and bring elbow past hip. Open and close. Tuck your chin to your bottom shoulder and turn your chin to your top shoulder. You're revolving. Inhale to exhale. So that you're rinsing out the hip joint, the obliques, the shoulder, the elbow, the neck, the throat, pressing from the navel into the feet. 3, 2, 1, and we'll return, adding on one step. So I'm coming back to my right hip. Can't do these on the bed, so we need to do them now. This bottom hand, let's plant the top hand first. And the bottom hand comes to your opposite rib. So my bottom hand is on my rib. My top hand is on the floor. It's about this tricep and this shoulder. So draw your left knee in just like we did, and as you extend it back, same movement here, press your bottom hand down to lift you up. Elbow to knee, press. So inhale, knee to elbow, exhale to press. So that you're getting the whole of the back of the shoulder girdle. 3, 2, and 1. As you press up, you swing to change. Settle the top arm is your kickstand, is your support. That's what we're working. The left hand comes to your outer ribs, and you set your shoulder down and bring your knee in. So that when you extend your leg, it might look like this, or as you extend, you press. And the leg is helping to lift you up. Navel is strong. Good. The breath out as you flex your foot and press into your heel. Keep your navel engaged. And as you assemble the movements using your heel, using your navel, there's far less work for your right shoulder. 5, 4. So we're clearing out the will, having a direct contact with our ability, our strength. 1 more. And from there, just bring it up to a seat. Heels are wide and wash it out. And as you do, you're stretching across the chest. So as much as I'm moving my knees, that work with the arm, I want you to lift your chest and open through the shoulders to be the countermeasure, to stretch out the work you did. So that as your right knee comes down, your right hand can sweep across. And as your left knee comes down, your left hand can sweep across. For 3. For 2. Good. And then getting whatever little support helps to get your hips higher than your heels. Sit down. And I realize that's fairly unorthodox. And yet, it's creating strength across the tops of the shoulder girdles, and it's forcing those muscles to work in a way that allows us to start to really get into the backs of the shoulders that can be limited here. So we start low, small. Imagine you're just circling your elbows, and the fingertips are following. And any tension you're encountering across, shake it out of the fingertips. And establish yourself in that circle. And yes, there was some work in our shoulders because we're building them up to carry our lives, to lift our hands high. Let that circle grow. Open your mouth. Find a whisper of ha. Close your mouth, out your nose. Navel is strong. And the stronger your navel, the stronger the seat, the softer your shoulders, the looser the fingertips. 30 seconds. Three, two, good. Hands up high. Inhale. Tuck your chin, hook your thumbs. Reach. Gather the pelvic floor and release. Gather and release. And gather and stay. Lift your chin as you're ready. Hands widen and down to notice the field of the heart expanded. Sometimes if that's the only time you have, this is all we require. The soil of us, the generative force activated, opened. Down onto your back.
Drawing your right knee into your chest. Roll your right ankle, open, close the toes. And then left heel out, inhaling up and exhaling down. Smooth out the base, the root. Total connection to the utmost acceptance of all that you are. Change it up. Left knee in, right heel out, no drum. Roll your ankles over your toes. As you release the hip, feel the spine open. The low back is broad. And from that base, the back of the head, a little pressure into the floor. Little tuck of the chin. The spine grows long out of the feet. And last time. Bend your knees, put your feet flat, arms wide. Heels wide as the mat, let your knees move side to side. Feel the motion of your inner knee lightly pressing toward the floor. And as your inner knee presses toward the floor, feel how that rotates the inner thigh back and down towards your heel. It's that inner rotation right there, that gesture that we're looking to maintain when we move into bridge. 3, 2. Loosen the pelvis and find neutral. Heels go under your knees. Elbows beside the ribs, standing in your heels. Your hips to lift, your inner knees falling in, tuck a shoulder, tuck another, your inner knees lightly hugging. Roll down through the spine, rise up through the hips. So that both knees are falling towards each other each time you raise your hips. And as you do, there's an activation from the navel all the way to the inner knee and all the way to the inner heel. In and up, out and down. A minute to go. 3, 2, breathe it in, hold it up, hug your knees, a little wag of the tail, and then rolling down and down and down and down, hands on thighs, press away. Feeling through the pelvis. Your knees into your chest, a wag of the tail. Then we're activating energy from the feet, up the legs, pelvis, and now into the navel. Roll up, crossing your legs, sitting tall. This is always really great on a chair, even if you can't sit. Fingertips to your shoulders, turning to the left and the right. Elbows and chest are soft. The turn is from the base. Inhaling left, exhaling right. Letting your chin turn, letting your eyeballs turn. Raise your elbows. Five, 4, 3, 2. Excellent. Find center, reach up with your thumb. Gather the pelvic floor and release. Gather and release like you're opening and closing a fist. And then keep that pelvic. Reach up, reach up, reach up. As you're ready to chin it up, hands go wide, the breath comes out. Aware of what change you've made. And then down onto the belly to distribute that from the navel up and out through the chest. Padding so that you can find the edge of your pubic bone on the floor and a little cobra anchoring through the fronts of the thighs and then rolling down. And it can be that simple, keeping the chest so you're strengthening the upper back, a little lift of your feet, rolling down through the navel. And as we go, we do the breath of fire, so find the whisper of hot. Keep it going. Out the nose. With the train. Good. You put a little bend in your knees if your low back allows. The full gesture, hands around ankles. If that creates any kind of tension in the low back, then your legs are out and you're rocking here, which is totally sufficient. 30 seconds.
Pause tall, bring it up. And exhale, child's pose. Tuck your chin, not child's hands, knees. Tuck your chin, drop your head. And press your hands down and away, drop your head. Let your hips move side to side. And setting this aside, tuck of the toes, press it back. Walk your feet to your hands so that you can roll. And if rolling isn't your jam, just hold your shins, round and rise. Round and rise. Roll back, roll up. So just as we rolled through the front of the body, here we roll through the back of the body. All of this is increasing circulation, the flow of blood through the body carrying nutrients, the flow of lymphatic fluid helping to wash out our immune function, all the interstitial fluid being moved around our inner organs, our bones, turning ourselves up and down like shaking out a bottle to clean all the inner aspects. You're going to rock and plant your feet and stand. Hands to hips, set it down, stand it up. It can be small. Hug your heels towards one another as you stand. Or hands out. Hips going back, heart coming up. Your shoulder blades drop back towards the spine. Or hands behind head. The bend is as slight as it serves, or it's a drop of the hips to the heels, chest high as you stand. 10. See if you can keep your mouth closed. Put the tip of your tongue behind your front teeth. The breath will be large and smooth, in and out through the nostrils every time. One more. And here's this pump. Now you're going to keep that. Mouth stays closed. Deep, steady breath in and out through the nose like you are still squatting. Feel the beat of your heart and catch it and smooth it with your breathing. So that whenever our nervous system really gets tripped up and your heartbeat begins to grow, the adrenaline starts to flow, you're going to deepen your breathing and change that distress into power. And then down into the floor, crossing your legs heart high. From that power, we generate light, round and around and around. So the eyes close. Shake out the fingertips if the shoulders catch. And just notice if there's any frowning, if you're really working against your own physiology, your joints, your bones, your muscles. Keep it lower, keep it soft, keep it playful. Work with yourself. An encouragement, a caress. And then establish it. Now you know where you are. Now you know the rhythm. Now you know the arms. So for the next 45 seconds, you are one simple, unified force of movement and breath and light. Three, two, hands up high, breathe in. Hook your thumbs. A little wriggle. Pulse the pelvic floor. Catch and release. The stagnation at the pelvis is unstuck, and then gather up the navel, up the heart, up the throat, up to the head. Wriggle, rise, and release. Eyes stay closed. Notice. Notice. The breath is long and deep and smooth. Keep settling. Keep letting the effort slide out of your body. Stay seated the next 2-3 minutes or lie back. Whatever you choose, keep it simple. Just 2-3 minutes. And as you lie back, you're just letting it go. All the plans, all the expectations, all the purpose. Let yours slide away so that a larger purpose, a larger plan might make itself announced. Stay here if you choose to go on to the mantra and the meditation. Just walk your knees in. Work your way up. Noticing the change to be both calm and activated. This is the true state of our heart. Palms together, Sat, this truth. I am this great light. Kar, palms face forward. Kar, karma, the action. Tar, the sustainer. The doing is not me, the doing is coming through me. As truth, I do as all. Sat, kar, tar. 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 Sat, kar. 30 seconds more. Sat, kar, tar. Be precise. Potent. Sat, kar, tar. 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 Sat, kar. One more. Sat, kar, tar. Feel from the heart out into your palm. And as you bend your elbows, turn the palms open, thumb and first fingertips touch, heart is high, relax your hips, balance your heart over your seat, your head over your heart. Breathing in, I know I'm breathing in. And breathing out, I know I'm breathing out. An awareness only of the breath. Breathing in, I calm my body. And breathing out, I smile. Calm, smile. Breathing in, I know I dwell in the present moment. Breathing out, wonderful moment. Present moment, wonderful moment. Stay longer as you choose, sweeping wide when you conclude. As your palms come together, draw them down the center line, gathering your attention, your energy. And again, we will bring the palms together and the thumbs to the heart center, long sat, short nam. We close with I and this, sat nam. Inhale. Nam. Satnam, I see myself. Thumbs to the forehead center. Namaste. I see you. So, if you weren't here at the beginning, Wednesday and Friday will be the same times, but I will be in the hotel, so I'll have yoga, bed yoga. We'll do primarily on the back, seated, building our seat, and then coming up into our kriya and concluding the way that we do. as you'll be at home perhaps, then you can warm up in any way that serves you best. And if you have any questions or comments, then I am right here for the next few minutes, and we'll take it forward. Have a wonderful day, a wonderful week if I don't know more of you today. And just keep allowing that field to be supportive and generous and important.
You are welcome, Kathleen. Thank you, love.
Bye. Good to see you, Jordan. Bye, Carrie. You're welcome, JCP. Thank you. I was a little rattled at the start. My fellow broke his collarbone on a mountain biking, so we just met up at 1 in the morning, just trying to put our pieces together.
Oh no, that happened yesterday.
No, the break happened 3 days ago, but he was in Arkansas,
Oh,
so I haven't seen him until now. And this week is Maddox's birthday, and because I'll be traveling for work, we'll be celebrating in DC all day today, so we're juggling everybody.
happy birthday, Maddox.
Yeah,
How
19.
old is
He's
he?
like
How old
this
is he?
tall.
19. Oh my gosh. And he's going to college in the fall, right?
He is going. He's going to UMD because he wants their the junior year abroad exchange in Japan. UMD has a really great program that will also allow him to study art history, computer science, and philosophy. So he's interested in what Georgetown is calling digital ethics. And what he found was that the real STEM-based schools didn't have any history department or literature.
Mhm.
And so he went and visited RPI, and they said, yes, you're welcome. And he said, Mom, there's no culture here. And the people who are making what we will use in the future are completely separated from the people who are aware of what we've done in the past.
Mhm.
And so UMD was a chance to have, 45,000 students gives you over 100 departments, and he has much more flexibility in how he can create that intersection, because institutionally it's no wonder that we're so scared right now and that AI is going to do this thing, that it's over here, but really it's just a continuation of what we have made for ourselves and of ourselves and as ourselves. So I'm really proud of him for finding a way to pursue what he wants, even though the institutions and systems aren't necessarily set for it.
I think you all did your due diligence looking at options, right?
Yeah, many months.
So, yeah, so I just want to comment that I'm on the board of the engineering school at Maryland. And Maryland is moving purposefully and intentionally more in that direction. That their strategic plan is involves being far more interdisciplinary than they have been in the past for that reason.
Mhm.
So that's a good place now, seems like.
Yeah, and his big interest is where does philosophy and engineering meet, so that we can make some really good decisions going forward. I think it's fantastic. I never would have thought of it myself, so good on you, man.
Well,
I
have
need them to educate themselves.
fun today.
Yes, we look forward to it. He finished all his finals were last week, so we're ready to play a little bit. So
Mhm.
thank you for your practice, and I will see you from Portland on Wednesday.
Yeah, safe travels.
Thank you.